With this law, she will really be memorialized in a way that gives hope to those experiencing an abusive relationship.
On paper, it is House Bill 3, but legislation currently on its way to the Ohio Senate honors a beloved sixth-grade teacher whose ex-husband stabbed her to death following years of domestic abuse. Aishas Law, named after Aisha Frazier, would better protect domestic violence victims by arming police with more tools to detect potentially deadly encounters and immediately get them the help they need.
Aisha Frazier might still be alive.
It's going to make a very big difference in how we respond.
If the legislation born from her tragic death,
a tragedy that we might have been able to stop,
was already law in the state of Ohio.
I really genuinely believe it's going to save lives.
Representative Janine Boyd co-sponsored Aishas Law.
And I get emotional when I think about it.
Which just unanimously passed the House.
Life-threatening circumstances and start a process right away.
Part of the bill calls for increased training for first responders, so they can better gauge domestic violence situations.
They'll have a tool that they can really assess by asking a series of very simple and brief questions.
The answers will help determine if that case has the potential to escalate into a homicide.
So it's a really important tool.
One that police in a handful of Cleveland neighborhoods have been using for a few years now.
Intimate partner homicides were reduced by 62% in those districts.
Melissa Graves with the Domestic Violence and Child Advocacy Center,
a whole community really coming together to say we need to do better,
says this legislation will not only save lives, it will make a big difference for survivors.
They'll have access to a victim advocate, to counseling, to therapy, to safety planning, getting protection orders, and emergency shelter if that's something that they need and want.
Aisha's Law also calls for strangulation to be charged as a felony. Ohio is just one of 2 states where it is not.
Research indicates that when somebody in a domestic violence situation has been a victim of strangulation, it's 7 times more likely to result and escalate in violence and result in a homicide.
Graves believes these changes will increase the likelihood victims will find safety and make abusers more accountable.
I really do hope that the Senate follows suit.
Aisha's Law would also allow victims to get an emergency protection order outside of the court's regular hours. If you or someone you know is currently in a dangerous situation, you can text or call 391-HELP. That is 391-4357.